Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. Fat Joe had Krs-1 as a guest on his Instagram live, and basically they was just talking about a lot of things pertaining to hip hop. And Fat Joe, he was instigating a little bit, but you got to do that kind of stuff to a certain degree. But he asked him about going toe to toe with LL Cool J, and Krs-1 said, man, he wouldn't survive. Now, I don't know if you know, over the years, Krs-1 has always kind of taken shots at rappers like, you know, LL Cool J, the MC Hammers of the world, those type of dudes. He's always kind of taking shots, subliminal shots at those type of rappers. Because, he used to call himself the teacher. And Krs-1 was one of those, what you would call righteous rappers that fell prey to the industry where they felt like it wasn't a market for what Krs-1 rapped about, which it was. They just didn't try to go after that market because basically, post NWA and Ice-T and guys like that, then they basically wanted hip hop to swing one direction. And we all know what that is. But, on the flip side, LL wasn't what you would call really a street rapper, but LL was a dude who could make adjustments. Like a boxer, he could make adjustments. LL Cool J, when he wanted to go street, he'd go street. And I don't mean by like talking about selling dope and shooting people. I'm talking about when he wanted to go rugged with his flows and how he even talk on his records. He could go that direction. When he wanted something smooth, he'd go smooth. When he wanted, to show his rhyme skills, he could go that direction. So LL was very versatile. He was very versatile with his flow, and I think people don't give him enough credit. If you say LL Cool J ain't a hip hop legend, then you don't know shit about rap, and I don't even want to have that discussion with you because you are a fucking moron. And you can say that LL was kind of corny shit all you want. LL had hits, he had bangers. Like I said, he had great albums. Now, don't get me wrong, LL had quite a few albums where he slacked, he didn't bring it. And he admitted that because he was trying to get out of that contract with Def Jam, who signed LL Cool J to a 13 album deal. That's why his last album on Def Jam was called Exit 13. That was his last. That was his last studio album and contractual obligation to Def Jam Records. 13 albums. So one thing about LL Cool J. LL Cool J said what you want to say. If LL Cool J didn't make shit that people didn't like or didn't have some kind of audience, how come LL Cool J lasted from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s? So he had to do something right. You talking about a man that this is a man that been in the rap game since 1984. 40 years in the rap game. Do y'all not understand that? Do y'all not understand that? 40 almost 40 years in a rap game. 36 years. Do y'all not hear me though? Man put his first single out in 1984. So, I mean, for real, he is one of the true pioneers of hip hop that got hip hop off the ground. And all you super thugged out gangster niggas, please stop it. Because when Rock the Bells came out, y'all was bumping that shit. Y'all know the lyrics to it. I'm bad. Just please cut the shit. Oh man, I was too gangster for LL Cool J. No, dude, stop it. Dude, stop it. Okay? For real. Because I hear that sometimes about LL Cool J. But LL Cool J is one of the greatest dudes that ever graced the mic. Like it or not. I mean, some of y'all want to slob on Eminem's knob about how great he is. Well, LL is just as great. Okay? Real talk. But nevertheless, I just found that interesting that Krs-1 was so confident. A versus battle between them would be very interesting because once again it would come down to flow, it would come down to momentum. And I don't mean flow of the rap, flow of like what you would call the session. What are you looking for? What is the vibe? How do you match that dude's vibe? Or how does he match your vibe? And that's why I had Snoop winning versus DMX, because Snoop controlled the flow, he controlled the vibe. And that's all. And if you think DMX won, hey, it's no harm in that. It's no harm, no foul. You are entitled to your opinion. You know, just don't be over emotional. Don't be like, oh, you're stupid and all that kind of shit. Because that's kind of bitch made. Real talk. I respect your opinion. You know, Fred said that he thought DMX won. I disagree. But at the end of the day, LL Cool J versus KRS-One would be a very interesting battle. It would. But I think the problem is, I think I think the people listening, the audience, I think they would sway. I don't know. It would be hard to tell you whose direction they would go. So I think LL Cool J and KRS-One, even though I would like that battle, I think KRS-One would be more suited going against somebody else. I would like to see KRS-One versus, but unfortunately, this dude was in a rap group, even though he did most of the rapping. It would be interesting to see KRS-One versus somebody like Chuck D, but he probably can't do Chuck D because Public Enemy is considered a group. So that would be the problem. You know, based off KRS-One's rap style, it would be kind of interesting if you want to find somebody that was like in that range, you know. But me myself, as far as him saying LL wouldn't survive, I beg to differ. But KRS-One, I love his confidence. Love to hear him talking like that, because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? But I just found that very interesting. But more power to the Blast Master KRS-One. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.